I'm the doctor.
Are you sure about that?
No. Shooty, you're the doctor.
Maximals!
Answering fans' cries, avoiding fans' cries. This era is a mixed bag. So I'm here to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of the 15th Doctor's era. Also, if you do enjoy, don't forget to subscribe. We've got a sequel to my critically acclaimed fan film. Here he comes. So hit that subscribe, like if you want, and comment. Are my rankings right, or do you totally disagree with me? We shall see. Enjoy.
The temple of my empire of death.
I wish I received Sutek's gift of death whilst watching this episode, because this is by far the worst episode of Shooty's era. Sure, the build up to this episode was great, but honestly, by killing everyone off so soon, to then having no consequences at the end of the episode, I personally was asking what was the point? Oh, and let's not even begin on how Sutek died. Ridiculous, my god.
Space babies!
A fun, easy to watch episode, but I would say it feels like Doctor Who the tutorial at times. Just being bogged down by the silliness and sometimes stupidity of the episode. So would I recommend this to a new viewer? Probably not. I'd probably tell them to skip Space Babies, start with Boom, and also skip The Devil's Chord.
You called.
Yes, the Beatles episode with the Beatles only being in it for about 5 minutes? No, don't get me wrong, the episode's direction was immense and Jinx Monsoon's intimidating performance stole the episode. But I can't help but feel that Shooty didn't have much to do in this episode, feeling a bit useless. And as we see with a lot of these episodes, there is a pacing issue, which is very, very apparent in this one. Wishworld. So, Wishworld. Not a bad episode at all, although I do wish, no pun intended, that there was just less exposition in the episode, delving more into the Wishworld itself. I would say that there are some intriguing concepts in the episode, such as Conrad's vision of an ideal world, and the whole concept surrounding tables don't do that.
Tables don't do that.
But by comparing this to Legend of Ruby Sunday, you see that in this episode, there's little great character moments. As well as Omega's name drop, it doesn't compare at all to the epic reveal of Sutek. The Robot Revolution.
Thank God, someone to talk to. Do me a favour and ask your robots to lay off, will you?
Welcome to Miss Belinda Chandraville.
Don't you start.
So then, the Robot Revolution. The episode that perfectly introduced Belinda to us and set up an intriguing series arc. There's very little I have against this episode, as I think it is a very, very strong series opener. They're just quite simply better episodes that deserve a higher ranking.
Rogue, I'm telling you, you've got the wrong man. If you kill me, you leave a children out there on 19th century Earth. Think of all the innocent people that would die.
An enjoyable episode where there are moments of consequences, moments of buffoonery, where there are moments of incredible tension, and that all blends together to create a strong Doctor Who episode. Unfortunately, one thing I would say is that the villains, I can't even remember their names, and that shows why they're neither rememberable or interesting. But apart from that, this episode is an adventure from start to finish.
Dot. And Bubble.
2 words. The twist. Episodes such as Warts of Mars are so successful because they misguide the viewer. And in this episode, we are made to feel sorry for the people of Fine Time who are being killed alphabetically. But then, amid the Doctor saving Lindy, it is revealed that all these people are simply just racists. And then this all culminates in a shooties moment. The line specifically, "I don't care what you think. You can say whatever you want. You can think absolutely anything. I will do anything if you allow me to save your lives." That line, that moment, is a defining moment for the 15th Doctor. Torchwood indeed, an emotional, poignant episode full of Christmas cheer. The standout moments of this episode all surround Anita, who works at Santorum, and is just a fun, cool character who connects with 15 like Ant and Dec. Lastly, the concept by Moffat is so incredible and relatable, because we've all been in a hotel room where there is a locked door. Maybe, after all, it might be the Time Hotel. The story and the engine. For me personally, this episode needed a good old rewatch, as I couldn't grip onto the story or the characters. Yet, after that rewatch, I realised just how well written this episode really was. So, we all tell stories when we're in the barbers. So, what if those stories powered an engine to get you home? The desperation would cause you to be delving into your inner self more than ever before. And that concept caters towards deep character explorations, creating tension and maybe not, a bit of over-yapping. Nevertheless, this episode is very, very thought-provoking with some very stellar concepts. In my opinion, this episode deserves a lot more praise than it's getting, as it was in Noah Ellam's first ever TV script as well.
The church on Ruby Road.
What's your name?
Ruby Sunday.
A very underrated episode that started Shooty's era properly. You've got your singing goblins, you got your new Doctor, new companion, and a very cool Christmas vibe, all creating a very enjoyable episode. And also, I quite like that 15 is somewhat of a mystery in this episode as well. It made it interesting at the time trying to understand this Doctor. Oh, and also Mrs. Flood, but she's Ronnie.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm the governor. And it's your lucky day.
This episode hit the nail in the head in developing the character of Conrad, a bad guy appearing as a good guy, seeking to collapse the institution that destroyed his life. You really grow a hatred for this character, just preying on that inevitable downfall.
Doing what?
Protecting people like you.
Oh, they can't stop lying! There are no Shriek, no Cybermen, no Sycorax, no Yetis in the underground. Hey, look! They're stooges and actors and special effects paid for using taxpayers' money to keep us scared to hide their real agenda.
It also has to be said that Ruby Sunday is given her time to shine in this episode, cementing her as a quality companion.
Welcome to the 803rd Interstellar Song Contest!
Now this is a fun episode with some controversy, but placing that aside, this episode has some great character moments, some great set pieces, and an underwhelming Mrs. Flood reveal. But this episode is just simply higher than others due to its rewatch value.
Good.
The scene of the Doctor torturing Kid was very striking and interesting at first, but now that Ncuti's gone, it all feels quite pointless. So we'll never get any character depth on 15's dark side anymore. This scene is only a glimpse into that.
3 trillion! How about we try this 3 trillion times?
The reality.
And that is exactly the word. This has been an absolute joy.
This episode packs a punch, sure. The two Ranis, they went a bit quickly, and Billy Piper as an ex-Doctor is a bit iffy. But in my opinion, this episode is actually handled very well. Poppy's story is very intriguing, and Anita's return is a very warm welcome, and 15's exit is actually quite emotional.
Oh man, I like this face.
In my opinion, this episode delivered a strong regeneration story, which is not to say that this Doctor served his time. At least another 2 seasons would have established 15 among the greats. The Giggle.
I found the exact same notes.
Oh, it's not a tune. It's a laugh.
It's a puppet.
They giggle in everyone's head.
The Toy Maker. 14 finding inner peace and amazing character work. This episode is a work of art, aside from the gamer catch at the end, which is stupid. But nevertheless, there is also an air of creepiness to this episode, creating intrigue. Ncuti explodes onto the scene, making us feel excited for this Doctor. His energy and just Doctorness indicates to us that the show is in safe hands. Maybe.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
High in concept, this episode was very ambitious, and it delivered on all fronts. Spooky and highly fascinating. Particularly the scene in the pub was very mysterious, and this lady was also very, very mysterious. But why do people run away when they talk to her? Perhaps we'll never know.
Just like a witchcraft sort of thing.
What do you mean, cotton?
This episode doesn't hold back either, as it also serves as political commentary on the Reform Party.
Indeed, you committed to spending £65 billion on nuclear weapons.
The legend of Ruby
For the God of all gods has returned, and his names are many. His name has been Set, and Seth, and Sithafar, and his one true name forevermore is...
This is such a hype episode. Immense character moments and some very stellar performances, as well as a slower pace, which really benefits this episode. But what makes this episode stand out from all the others is that reveal of Sutekh which is arguably, and in my opinion, the best reveal in Doctor Who history.
Lux Imperator, the god of light. I am the dazzle of the heart of the pantheon. I am the glint in the eyes of the mad. I am the last thing you see before you fall into the abyss.
I present Mr. Ring-a-Ding, the best villain of 15's era. This episode is just bonkers and I love it. This is what Doctor Who needs to be. A very impactful story with Reginald Pye and a surprisingly emotional interaction with the Whovians, as well as one of 15's best performances.
I'm Mr. Ring-a-Ding, I make your heart bells sing. Please don't make me laugh, just take my autograph. Now take my jokes, my lovely folks, cause I know just one thing. For I am he, oh yes, I'm Mr. Ring-a-Ding.
Mr. Ring-a-Ding reignited many people's hopes for the show's future, as his charisma and his hidden devil within chimed together to create a sublime Doctor Who villain.
One wrong move and boom.
This episode is so Stephen Moffat coded. Bad child acting? Tick. Poetic dialogue? Tick. Some suggestive elements? Tick. This episode is also thrilling from start to finish due to Millie's emotive performance and Nshuti's best ever performance as the Doctor.
A lot more explosive than I look, and honey, I know how I look. Put a quantum chain reaction through me and I will shatter this silly little battlefield of yours into dust. All of it, in a heartbeat, into dust.
Keeping the Doctor still for an entire episode is no easy challenge, so it is such an accomplishment to see every side of the Doctor, from anger to sadness. So one cannot say this episode is bad.
What can we do?
Surrender.
Excuse me?
Surrender. Lose. Give in.
Number 1, the Well.
6767. The old name. 400,000 years ago, what was the planet called?
It was called Midnight.
I've been here before.
This is a goddamn phenomenal episode of Doctor Who. I personally actually quite like the connection it has to Midnight, as it makes us aware of the immense threat that the villain poses, but this episode doesn't attempt to be the same as that series 4 episode. Also, the whole concept surrounding if it were a clock face you'd die at midnight is just stellar, and Rose Aiding-Ellis puts in an amazing shift in this episode. That all culminates and blends together to create a tense, gripping episode of television. Yo guys, so sorry if the focus on the camera in today's video hasn't been the greatest. I'm still trying to get to grips with it all, but if you have enjoyed, please consider subscribing. But if you didn't enjoy, then that's alright as well. But yeah, that's that.